Let's move on to the National League champions, the Phillies. They got some a big name. I'll say that they picked up a big name this year. Let's go through their additions and who they lost.
Look, the main addition was the guy. They had a hole.
Yes.
And they filled it perfectly. Trey Turner is now a Philadelphia Philly, and man, what he brings to this Phillies lineup now that just felt and shoot, they were in the World Series. I mean, they were an unbelievable lineup, and they were there because of their lineup. But if you could point to a hole, it was like, okay, they need a middle infielder. And boy, did they get it.
Yeah.
This is the perfect fit. Trey Turner is one of the most dynamic players in baseball. He is a five-tool player. He does it all. He's one of the fastest players in baseball. He hits for power. He hits for a high average. He steals a ton of bases. It's the perfect fit, and he was the big addition for them, but it's not all they did. They added Taijuan Walker. I mentioned the Mets lost Taijuan Walker, flipped him over to an NL East squad. He's now with the Phillies, but a few names in there that we could talk about, but the big one, it's Trey Turner. Yeah. He's now a Philly, and I'm excited. That lineup is going to be dangerous.
Especially once they get Bryce Harper back from Tommy John surgery. It is
best lineup in baseball. I feel like when Bryce Harper's back,
compare it to the Padres.
Oh yeah,
that's tough. You can't with the Padres.
It's close though.
It's close. Let's
not without Harper.
We'll revisit once Harper's back and see who's healthy at that time of year. Then we can talk.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
That was just.
That's tough.
We're talking in at least my mind doesn't go elsewhere. But
it's okay.
It's the Padres are on.
All right. Well, we're talking hitters. So who is your hitter to watch on the Phillies?
Phillies. Most important hitter for me is Nick Castellanos. I just talked about how this lineup it is one of the best in baseball, hands down. Nick Castellanos comes over last year. Nick had been one of the best hitters that the game has had for a few years, going from the Tigers and then the Cubs and then signing that big deal with the Phillies. And he, to be quite honest with you, didn't have a Nick Castellanos-esque season. Good? Mm-hmm. Yes. Great? No. What we've expected from him? No. He was 263 last year with 13 homers. I'm not expecting that this year, but that's why he's the most important hitter for me. I could have picked anybody in this lineup. They're that good and they're that deep. That's why I picked Nick, because if he can have a year that we know he can, then we really might be revisiting that best lineup in baseball conversation, and it gets a lot deeper and a lot better. So Nick Castellanos for me, most important hitter for the Phillies this year.
All right, let's move to the mound. Who is your pitcher to watch?
Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola for me. Zach Wheeler is Zach Wheeler. Aaron Nola for me has kind of teetered his entire career with that edge of elite or really good. I believe he can be elite, but what's holding him back is these stretches he'll go on that just leave me scratching my head of what? This isn't the Aaron Nola that I believe can be an ace of a staff. And then he'll find it at a certain point. But for me, the edge he pushes past that edge when he finds the consistency of being the the Aaron Nola. Nolan Arenado and Aaron Nola.
Yeah. Don't go there. I know. Don't go there. Don't do it.
But Aaron Nola can be an elite guy in this game. To me, he's right on that edge, and this can be the year that he pushes over it. He just has to cut himself out of those weird stretches that he often goes on. But really solid year last year, 3.25 ERA, 235 Ks and 205 strikeouts. In 205 innings. Really good.
Yeah.
But he can be that elite guy. I do believe he can.
I like that you skipped almost elite. It's like he's either elite or really good. Not right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those bad stretches for him
they're bad. I get it. That's why there's a jump.
But he's good. He's good in the World Series. We saw it up close and personal. And the NLCS.
We did.
We were there for that as well. He was really good.
He was great. All right, let's move on to your breakout player for the Phillies.
This is a name that I feel like most people know, but it's Alec BOHM. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's been good. But I feel like this is a year he can really break out. Last year was an interesting year because he started the year, the beginning of the year for Alec BOHM in Philly. The way it ended, I couldn't have seen this coming. The beginning of the year started with him having the yips at third base, not hitting great. He was caught on camera saying, "I hate this effing place." It was just not pretty in Philly for a little while. The year he ended up having was great. I think he's ready to put it all together. I think he's ready to have a full season. I wouldn't be surprised if Alec Bohm is an all-star this year.
Okay.
I believe he has that much potential. He's gotten a lot better at third base defensively, and that's a full credit to him. And offensively, I think he's taken that next step. He's enormous. He's got a ton of pop. I think this could be the year that Alec Bohm announces himself as a elite third baseman in the game.
Yeah,
280 last year with 13 homers. I would
Yeah,
say
not bad.
Really good.
It's really good. We love a good comeback too.
Yeah.
So we love to see a player be able to turn it around.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.